Okay, so we are going to create 3 different jersey boxes for Father's Day. We have number 1, our baseball jersey. Number 2 is our basketball jersey. And then number 3 is going to be our football jersey. Okay. No, capital T. 1. All right, so let's start with our baseball jersey. Hey, Kinfolks. All right, so the orientation that you put this one on, because I print directly onto the foam board, I'm only printed on one side, but if you wanted to print both sides of the jersey, you could. So you have to decide if you want your box to be assembled like this, with the jersey facing, so that way you can see it. Of course, when you start putting stuff on the inside, you won't be able to see it. Or you can do it to the back. So then when you turn it around from the outside, then you'll be able to see it. So I do have 2 of each. So I may do one set one way and then post the other set the second way. We're going to do one set each on the live. And then we can decide which one you like best. Okay. So number 1, you're going to have your jersey. You're going to have 2 sides, a bottom and a front. So we're going to start with the front. We are going to attach some acetate to it so we can have that clear film. So I'm just going to place this on the edge just so I can cut a piece. And again, if I was at the shop, I would be cutting this on a self-healing mat, but I'm at the house right now. So cut it right there. And get a notification, but I didn't miss the bus. All right, so there we have that cut. And then I'm just going to take this to the front. And I'm just going to use some packing tape because that's what I have sitting right here. I'm going to put it all the way around. Just to make sure it's nice and clean. All right. So now we have our front with our acetate tape to it. You want to be careful because everything sticks to this stuff. So nice and clean. All right, let's put that to the side. Let's grab our jersey. We're going to start with the back first. All right, so let me grab my sides. I'm gonna start with that first. So here, my glue gun is ready to go. So I'm just going to. Try that a nice. Yeah, my hand is not steady at all. It's actually kind of sad. So there, I'm gonna turn it just so it's easier for me to see. And then I'm just gonna line this up on this bottom corner, going straight up. Um, yeah, that should be good. And then if you have any excess that's oozing out, you want to go ahead and wipe that before it dries. Just to keep that nice clean look. And then I do like to go in and pipe a line of glue here just to secure it a little more. So that's all I'm doing. Let's see if I can turn it that way so y'all can see. So I just go right in between where the two pieces meet and just pipe a line of glue. Kind of just like caulking a bathtub. All right, then I'm gonna grab my other piece and apply my glue to this side. Let me get another glue stick. Like this one, I am using Gorilla glue sticks. And then again, I'm gonna line this up on the edge over here. And then stand it straight up. I kind of do it at an angle. As you can see, it's kind of slanted, and then I roll it up into it to hopefully keep some of the glue from oozing out, especially on the back side. If it oozes out to the middle a little bit, that's okay, because I'm gonna pipe that glue in that little seam. And then on top of that, it's gonna be inside of the box, which will be covered once you, I mean, you don't want a huge mess, but for the most part, it will be covered once you fill your box with whatever items you plan to fill them with. So then again, I'm gonna go in and type in that corner. Right? Yeah, I'm telling you, we almost done with this box, like literally. What's wrong? All right, so now we're gonna go in with the bottom piece. And that's gonna just slide in right there. So, well, let me turn this. Now you can do this one of two ways. You can either pipe here on the edge, or you can actually pipe right on the piece, whatever works best for you. I do it both ways, just depending. Sometimes I do it one way. Sometimes I do it another, it just varies. Okay, so I want to make sure that my thing is facing the right direction. And I'm just gonna pipe it right here onto the actual board. Be careful because that is dripping. Gotta be kind of quick so one side doesn't dry before you finish. And then I'm just gonna slide this right into there. It helps if you put it in the right way with my glue side down. I just slide that into the bottom, press the sides in and press down. Clean up that little drop of glue that got in there earlier. Mhm. Right, and then I'm gonna go in again and I'm gonna pipe into those corners. Get some of these strings out. And again, I'm just going into those corners. With this big gun, sometimes getting to those tight spaces is not that easy. Um, I do love having the cordless, but like what I've noticed, even when I'm doing the vending machines, sometimes it's hard to get into places that I want. So then I will pull out my other glue gun, the smaller one that I got from Walmart. I'm actually thinking about, they have a mini one of the Ryobi gun that is cordless as well. And I'm thinking about adding that to the arsenal. If I continue with a lot of these foam board projects. Gyro H. All right, so there's that. And then the last piece is to just add our front. So I'm gonna set that there. I'm just gonna pipe along the edges here. Again, trying to work quickly so that way my glue on the one side doesn't dry before I get to the other side. But trying to be nice and neat, as neat as possible, I should say. And then I'm just gonna pop this right on here. Line up all the corners, make sure everything is straight and even, and then just press that in. Again, if you want to add an insert like there was on the first, you can, but this one I just left the box wide open just so you can place whatever items you want. Yeah. And then again, I want to go in and pipe those corners, but I might have to. Let that one get hot. And I'm gonna see if I can get in here with this other one that or not. I don't know if I can, because the battery is, and I may not be able to get in even with this one. See, that one I can get in there if I want to. So I'm gonna let this one heat up a little bit. But this is pretty much done. There is your baseball box. And you have your sides, you have your back. And when you get the template will be blank. So you'll be able to add in whatever design you like. Okay. So there's baseball. We're gonna basically do the exact same thing. We're just gonna do it with all the other jerseys. Is this going to stay up because I need to watch this? This is going to go on YouTube. So you will be able to catch it on YouTube after. So let's go ahead and grab our baseball jersey. No, this is our basketball jersey. Best dad ever. And we're gonna follow basically the same steps. We're gonna apply our two sides. We're going to apply our bottom, and then we're gonna do our fronts. So let me go ahead and put the acetate on the front now. Mhm. So the sizes do vary. Um, based on the jersey. As you can see, the football jersey is much larger than the other one, but most can be printed. I think the basketball and football can be printed on, no, basketball and baseball can be printed on 11 by 17. And then the football, because this jersey is so large, it may actually be the 13 by 19. But we can measure it when we're all done. I just don't remember the measurements off the top of my head. All right, so I'm just cutting some tape so I can tape down my aftertape. There's that piece for our basketball one. Put that to the side. Grab my jersey. Turn it sideways. Just because it's easier for me to work that way. And then I'm gonna glue down my side. Put a glue over here. All right. So then again, I like to go right on the edge. I put it at kind of like an angle, line it up on the edge, and then kind of roll it up. So that way, hopefully the excess glue squeezes to the inside versus the outside of the jersey. So this one, because it does have like a slight curve on the jersey, you want to line it up on the bottom corner to get it straight. Because as you can see here, like it's a little bit in, which is fine, but you just want to make sure that you have enough space when it's time to slide in the bottom piece. Turn it, go ahead and pipe here. Again, this is just something that I do to just kind of give myself a peace of mind that it's really secure. And then this one goes this way. And then again, put it on the edge and then kind of roll it up. And that also gives me an option to like kind of move it around if I don't get it placed in the correct spot the very first time before my glue dries. All right. Go ahead and pipe in this side. Let that dry. Let me move this out of my way. Hey, Diane. All right. All right, now that's dry. And then we're gonna slide our bottom piece right in here. Oops. So that wasn't as dry as I thought. I moved too fast on this side. And then we're gonna slide this piece in, just like that. So let me adjust this one, so I put this one too far on the edge. That's the only thing with Gorilla Glue is strong. The Gorilla Glue hot glue sticks don't play at all. And then when you add that little seam down the side, oops, sorry, it really holds it in there. Sorry, this one over this one. Oh. Hello, everybody just coming in. All right, I'm gonna pipe in there. With that dry. That's gonna slide in right there, just like that. So now let me add my glue to the sides. And then this time, make sure I insert it the correct way. So in there, line it up to the edge. Ooh, that's hot, that's hot, that's hot. Be careful with that glue, y'all. And then pushing it down and pushing on the sides. Letting that dry. With the Gorilla Glue, I like this one because it does give you a little bit more work time, especially like when you're doing the vending machines, which is kind of bigger, and you have to run the glue on a longer line. It gives you more time to work before it dries. So you get about 45 seconds to a minute on the smaller boxes. As you can see, you just gotta wait a little bit longer to make sure everything is dry. Hey, BB. Hey, Ray. Hand me up. Hand me up. Give me 120. Alright. And then, like I said, I'm gonna go in with the smaller gun to kind of tight the edges because it's just easier with this size. Because I don't have to worry about the battery being in the way. And then I just go across all of the seams. Boom, just like that. And then we grab our top that we already put the acetate on. And then it's going to lay just like that right there. So let me go ahead and line my glue. Make sure I stay on the corner. Got some little stuff around. And then slide that line on top. Line everything up. Goes nice and straight. That's it. This is actually our second box. This is, we've already done baseball. This is our basketball jersey box, and then we still have the football box. But the replay will be available. If you're catching this live, it is going to be on YouTube. There we go. I'm gonna let that one dry for a sec. And while that one's drying, I'm gonna go in. Remember, I wanted to pipe that front. Now that I have my other glue gun heated. We're grabbing another piece. I'm just gonna go right along the edges here. Huh? He said he doesn't have this call. Yeah, but they tell him to use Apple Pay. You said they had Apple Pay. I told them they did. He can use it from his cash app. From his phone, if they take Apple Pay. All right, go. I'm gonna do the same for this one since it should be about dry now. And again, I'm just piping into those corners that I just laid down. Right. Yes, the template will be available after this live is over. I'm going to link everything in the YouTube video. So there is our basketball jersey. And our final one. And like I said, all the supplies that I'm using, I will link them in the description of the YouTube video. So the acetate paper that I got from Amazon, the glue sticks you can get from Amazon or Walmart or any store that sells hot glue sticks. What else? The glue gun, of course. Cut my tape. And normally I just use some regular Scotch tape, but I just have some packing tape sitting right here. So I grabbed that and used it. And then the tape is hanging over, so I'm just gonna turn it off right there. And I'll grab that. Again, so on this one, should we do this one reverse, y'all, so we can see it the other way? So we're gonna actually press it. We're gonna actually build it this way. Like I said, actually, you know what? I'll build this one the other way, and then when I do the other three, I'll do all three of them backwards. And then that way you'll be able to see both ways. And it's really gonna be a personal preference of which way you like best. Okay, so let me turn my jersey. Again, the same thing with this one. As you can see, this comes out wider. So we're just gonna line it up on that side edge. And then the sleeve just kind of hangs off. Make sure I got the right side. Make sure y'all can see. So again, I lay it on the edge, kind of tilt it, and then just kind of roll it up. Try to keep the glue as contained as possible. A little pressure. I'm gonna let that one dry and apply this one, and then I'll go back and pipe it. Maybe I was piping a little too early. You just gotta find out the workflow that works best for you. So again, tilt it, line it up on the edge, and then kind of roll it up, making sure that I'm on my edges. And then let me grab, I need to make sure that I'm going straight up. You don't want to go, because I can see right here, like I was kind of going with the slant. And I don't want to do that because it's going to have my base being wider than it needs to be. Then I got to adjust this one. Um, So here, the jersey kind of slants out. You want to make sure you're going straight up and down. So that way your top piece is going to fit later. And that's the same with the basketball one, because the basketball one kind of has a curve to it as well. Right. So now when I go to lay my top piece, it's straight. Okay. Right on this side first, since that side dry first. Hey, Tiff. And then I'm gonna pipe on this side. Now I'm gonna let those dry before I insert my bottom. So again, on all of these, we assembled them with the backs facing out, but you can also do it with the backs facing forward. Just keep in mind that once you fill the box, you know, some of that, and even when you put the front on, some of that's gonna be covered. But again, it's gonna be personal preference. Let me grab the bottom. We're gonna glue this in. I'm just applying glue to 3 sides, both short sides and one long side. This one you don't have to print. You can actually just leave it blank because it's going to be on the inside and the bottom. All right, so slide that in there and make sure everything's lined up. Squeeze the sides. She said that joint fire. Thank you. I just got that glue gun last week. Last week from the Home Depot. Right. Sure that is set. Again, with the Gorilla Glue, you got to give it 45 seconds to a minute to be dry. Like I said, on the small boxes, it seems like a weight because you're only applying it to a small section. But when you're doing those vending machines and you got to do a whole 20-inch side, you appreciate that extra time because where you started doesn't dry before you get to the end. All right, so now I'm gonna pipe in my corners again, all the way around. Just to kind of hold it secure. Just like caulking a bathtub or a sink. Let that dry. And while that's drying in there, we're gonna go ahead and do our front. This is one of those instances where you appreciate the longer time because by the time you get all the way around, the first section is not dry yet. If you have a cheaper glue stick, you will notice that it will start to dry almost instantly. I highly do not recommend Dollar Tree glue sticks, even if you're in a bind, because they do not hold up well. They will. Hold that down. Let it reset. And if you have any glue oozing out the side, you want to wipe it before it gets all the way dry because then you can kind of clean it up. I love the Gorilla Glue sticks. I think Walmart has some of the Great Value brand, maybe is what it is. Those were actually really good. But the Gorilla Glue ones have been my favorite. All right, I'm gonna flip this over so I can pipe the inside. Keep it out and stop pressing down on it. Okay, so she said wrong team, but love it. For me, like as most know, like I've been doing the centerpieces and the fans and things. I don't cut them out by hand, but with the template, you definitely can. I tried to make a lot of the lines smooth as possible, so that way, like especially the baseball one, is probably the easiest one to cut by hand. But I did not cut these by hand. My pieces were already cut when we jumped on them. All right, so there is our other box. I'm gonna zoom this color out a little so y'all can see it a little better. So, get this on football. There's the football one is definitely the biggest one. There's our basketball. And there's our baseball. And the inside, if you did, they're pretty similar. It's pretty much the same as the purses. So if you did the purses, That template was from Kelly Nicole. She has those templates still available. They are great for any occasion. Those could even be used for Father's Day as long as you just change the theme. So instead of putting handles for a purse, you can change the theme to a toolbox, whatever it is. And then our basketball ones there to the front. And again, I'm gonna make another set where the design part of the jersey is facing forward. Okay. And then there's the front of our football one. So just one sec. So I have a few things and I wanted to test it out to see some items that will fit in here. So of course, with the ladies' purses for Mother's Day, we did the Bath and Body Works. So you can definitely do a set for the men, Bath and Body Works. You know, they have the men collection or whatever other smell good, some colognes and body washes and things like that. But I also have, I was like, let's do our beer mug. And that one just happened to be decorated. I had that one at the shop already. But oops, let me bring y'all down a little so y'all can see it. So we have a beer mug in there. So, and then my thing is, I just wanted to see if the beer mug would fit in there. These are not decorated, but you can toss those in there. We have a couple shot glasses. Okay. And then if you wanted to, you can add just one or two. You can add a bottle of alcohol. You can add, you know, a couple beers or something like that if you wanted to. We have our men's wallet. So our Southern Nation wallet, which could also be decorated. Hold on one sec. Okay, so, but as you can see, you can fill it with different things. Now, one thing that I would recommend, if you don't want things to move around, this 3M double-sided tape, and again, I'll link this in the description as well. Especially since some of these items are kind of heavy, you can kind of secure them down with that. All right. But any questions? Move that up so y'all can see it a little better. It looks great. What size is the template? I don't have the size right off the top of my head, but I will say I know the football one is the widest. As you can see, the basketball is the tallest. And then the baseball is pretty much like the average size. But the inside is all the same. The difference is just the jersey sizes. Will it be available on Canva so that we can edit? So there will be different versions. So you'll have like a PNG, SVG, and all that. So if you want to upload it to Canva, you can definitely do that. The templates that you're going to get, they'll be blank. So you can decorate them however you want. Yes, cigars will be a good one. If you have those like the cigar cocktail glasses, that would be a good thing to put in there as well. I have some bottle openers that we did for Father's Day last year. Those would go good in here as well. So you can make like a whole little bundle. Did you see my question? No, what was it? Let me scroll back up. Oh, how did you prevent the glue strings from going everywhere? That was a problem I had with the purses. I just make sure it's like a thin stream of glue. And then if I had any glue that like leaked over somewhere, I wiped it up before it dried. Yes, socks. You can put all types of things in these boxes. Looks great. Let's see. Trying to make sure I don't miss any questions. Right? Yeah. But yeah, so we will have three versions: football, baseball, and basketball. The football one could also double as hockey if you wanted to put a hockey team on there or something like that. It kind of looks like a hockey jersey as well. Totally up to you. The templates will be available individually if you only want one, you don't want all three, or you can get them as a bundle. And like I said, it will be in different formats. It'll be SVG and PNG. That way, if you want to upload it to, I designed mine in Affinity, so you can do it in Affinity. You can do it in Photoshop, Canva, silhouettes. The PNGs will even work. I think they may work in Cricut. I don't know if the sizing is going to be an issue. So I'm going to have to double check that beforehand. But once we get off of here, I will download the video, the recording, and then I'm going to upload it to YouTube. I'll post it in the Facebook group. So make sure you join our Facebook group, Incredible Pressed Images Crafting. And that way you'll get the notification. If you're already subscribed to our YouTube channel, then you will already get the notification of when we upload the new video. I'll be sure to put all of the links in the description for all of the items that I use, as well as the template. But if you guys don't have any other questions, I'm about to eat my dinner and hop back on these graduation orders. But I did want to start off the 3-day weekend with something new and fresh because I've been doing graduation for like the last month straight. So, and then a lot of people have been asking about this template and they've seen people make them. They're like, can somebody put some out? So I was like, let me just hop on and put mine out there real quick and then keep on moving because Father's Day will be here June 16th. So we got a little bit of time. For those that are interested, feel free to inbox me. I had a few people ask me about doing the kits where they already come printed and cut. And so since we do have a little bit of time, I'm going to take a few orders this weekend and then get those out after I finish my graduation orders next week. So that way you will have time to get those sent out. I can have time to get those printed, cut, and sent out to you. And basically you would have exactly what I had here. Everything is ready to go. All you have to do is glue it together, fill it, and then sell it. All right. So once I make the post in the group, just comment if that's something that you're interested in. Feel free to inbox me if we don't have any other questions. The Facebook page is Incredible Pressed Images Crafting. And let me see, I can drop that link hopefully in the chat for everyone to see. All right, so y'all have a wonderful night. I'm dropping in this chat too. Can I see what you made? Yes, we made the t-shirts. And we have 3 different versions. We have football, we have basketball, and we have baseball. All right. So y'all have an amazing night. Thank you for joining me. Enjoy your 3-day holiday, your weekend. And as always, be epic.